You Stan, for that wonderful introduction. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, investors and guests. Welcome to the Novatech Information Zoom on tonight. So as Dan said, my name is Dr. Miriam Martin. I'm a medical doctor, originally from Detroit, Michigan. I live in Maryland at this time, and I came to this area to attend Howard University. And that's where I obtained my medical degree and also trained at Howard University Hospital in emergency medicine. So that's what I do. I save lives, right? I didn't know anything about this space called cryptocurrency. I thought it was fantasy money, like fantasy football. I didn't know what this thing was. So I was introduced originally to cryptocurrency by my youngest son, but I didn't really listen to him. I didn't know what he was talking about. However, Mr. Richards approached me some around October, end of October last year. He usually tells a story about how he comes to see me every year with his bronchitis, needing his Z-Pack. And so he asked me, did I know anything about the crypto space? Was I doing anything? And I was not. So he invited me to a platform just like this. And I took a look at this information. And I said to myself, if this really works like he says it's going to work, I'll kick myself if I don't get started. So that's what I did. And about a year and a half later, I'm still here. They've done what they said they're going to do. If you're looking to say diversify your portfolio, or you're looking to even get a portfolio, take a look at Novatech. This company is actually a hedge fund company that trades cryptocurrency on our behalf. I did not have to know how to trade it myself. And we've been earning an average of 3% every week, compounded week after week after week. That was something very new and novice to me because none of my portfolio was doing anything like that. So what I'm going to show you today is called a compounding calculator. It has nothing to do with Novatech. It's an independent tool that we're going to use to show the potential of compounding week after week if you invest with this platform. So give me 1 second here. All right. So this is called the compounding calculator. It's on the calculatorsite.com. You go to it later if you like and put in some numbers and play around with it. But what I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to show you what a one-time investment of $1,000 could potentially do for you if it's compounded week after week at 3%. Keep in mind, this isn't an overnight deal. This is a long-term deal. So we're going to put in 3 years. Let's see what will happen in, say, in 3 years if you do a one-time $1,000 investment compounded weekly at 3%. Okay? So I already have the numbers plugged in here. I already hit calculate. So you can see after 3 years, you could potentially earn $99,602 on that one-time investment of $1,000. This is just a projection. It's not a guarantee, but you can get the idea of what we have our hands on. I'm gonna break this down into what this looks like on a monthly basis, okay? So after a $1,000 investment one time, the first month, your earnings are $136, right? Let's go down to 12, that's per month. Let's go down to the 12th month. You're looking at a potential of earning $559 in your account per month by that $1,000 compounding at an average of 3%. Now, I use 3% because we've been earning 2 to 4% on an average. If you go down to year number 2, $2,600 per month. That can change some lives in your family, in your community, right? And let's go down to that 3rd year, that one-time investment, $1,000 compounded at 3%, potentially could earn you $12,094 each and every month, right? All right, y'all excited yet? That got me excited. So let's go try another figure here. I'm gonna put in what I started with, and I advise you guys to do whatever you're comfortable with. This was an amount I was comfortable with. If I lost it, it wasn't gonna, break my bank. So I said, let me start at $2,500, and that's what Mr. Richards started, right? So at 3% weekly, over the course of 3 years, compounded week after week after week, let's calculate that. So now you're looking at $249,000 earnings on a one-time investment of $2,500 compounded on an average of 3%, right? So let's see what that looks like in month number 12. You're looking at $1,397 every month into your account, potentially with that one-time investment. Month 24, that's the second year, over $6,000, right? And month number 3, $30,000 per month on that one-time investment. This is the power of compounding each and every week at 3% potentially into your accounts. So I've talked to you about how the compounding works. I'm going to step out the way and I'm going to have Mr. Richards come back on here. He's an awesome leader. Like he said, he's my neighbor, my friend. We've been in business together off and on for the past 15 years. He's going to break down this Novatech opportunity in greater detail for you. Stan, are you ready?
Yes. Can you hear me, Doc?
I hear you fine.
I tell you, every time you do that calculator, I just get excited. Just to be able to participate and think of the potential, what's possible, right? And, you know, you started with $1,000, Doc, and that's where I started. My son, Stan, and he's excited already because he's well ahead of schedule on his account. But in 3 years, at a rate of 3% a week, average, over $100,000. That's huge. That's the power of compound earnings. And I'm excited. And guys, we're excited to share this with each and every one of you guys on this call tonight. Because let's face it, most of us have never been privy to the power of compound earnings. And that's exactly what we got our hands on here at Novatech FX. Now, I always like to start with what this is not, because some people come to the call and they got this idea, this is one of those things. This is not a get rich quick deal. This is not a money grab. It's not a scam. Okay, as Dr. Martin said, this is a medium to long-term investment platform. It's not the bank. So you don't want to put money in here that you're going to go back and get next week or next month. Okay. This is, and if you set those goals and watch, we're actually living this and watch your monies compound, it's freaking amazing. Number 2, this overview is very unusual. It's not your typical PowerPoint overview where we're trying to convince you to join, and we're not going to do any pony dances or any of that tonight. We're just going to have a conversation with you about the next latest wealth trend that's coming down the pike that is predicted to be bigger than the internet. Okay. And I was blessed personally to get in front of a wealth trend back in 2006 through 2008, which was voice over IP, and was able to retire myself from driving a bus 80 to 100 hours a week, 7 days a week, and retire my wife from a good government job. She was a GS-14. All we did was get in front of that trend. I always like to say, we got in the way of the money. How about that? Okay. Now, this is also not direct sales, network marketing, or MLM. And here's 3 reasons why. Number 1, there's no fee to join this company. Number 2, there's no monthly subscription in order to be qualified to make money and be commissionable. Okay. And number 3, guys, get this. You do not have to recruit anyone in order to make money here. You can be strictly passive. You can look at this as another stream of income, passive stream of income coming into your portfolio each and every week, right? So let's talk about the company Novatech. Trading profits made easy, right? Fully automated cryptocurrency and Forex trading platform, okay? Now, Novatech, let me keep it really simple for you guys tonight. Novatech is simply a professional trading platform. They have well-vetted professional traders that's been handpicked by the owners of this company. And they have to demonstrate that they're good at what they do. They have to do a demo account for 30 days before they're allowed to actually trade. Okay? And what they do, they trade our investment 7 days a week, 24 hours a day in the cryptocurrency space. That's what they do. We make an investment. These traders trade on our behalf. I love it. I can set it and forget it. They also trade the Forex market abroad. Now, the Forex market, ladies and gentlemen, is a $6.8 trillion a day industry. Who would love to get a piece of that? Okay. And not know how to trade. They also generate revenues from Bitcoin mining. Whenever you're buying or selling cryptocurrency, there's fees involved. Okay. And Novatech brings in monies from those fees. They have Bitcoin ATM machines where they generate revenue. They generate revenue from crypto and credit card transactions. So there's 5 streams of income that comes into the company 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, right? Let's talk about who's backing the company. Here are the owners of the company, Cynthia and Eddie Petillon. When I got started, like most of you guys, when I seen the return after the first week or so, the next thing I did was request a meeting with the owner, right? And I got that meeting, okay, with the owner. And these guys here, they have over 40 years of experience in this space, okay? Now, I get it as a businessman. I don't need to know everything. I just need to be in a room with the people that know what I need to know, okay? They are the experts, in other words. Here are their credentials on my screen here. Blockchain technology, cryptocurrencies, Forex trading, okay? They have over 40 years of combined experience in this space, okay? They also have a huge vision to help the little guy to become successful, okay? And to make money. Now, facts. The company was established in June of 2019 as a legally registered cryptocurrency and Forex trading platform, okay? Legally registered. They're registered to do business here in the US with Department of Treasury and FinCEN, okay? Now, abroad, the company is also a MetaTrader 5 broker. Let me just say this for the record. You don't just become a MetaTrader 5 broker. Those of you who trade on the line, you know what I'm talking about, okay? They are the broker. So they trade abroad on the MetaTrader platform. They are the broker. We're not depending on a third party to pay us. And they're operating one of the deepest liquidity pools in the space. Very proud of that, okay? Now, let's talk about how this all comes together and how it could possibly benefit you if you see an opportunity for yourself, okay? When you get started with Novatech, all you're going to do is get back to the person who invited you to this call today, this evening, and they're going to send you a link to open up your Novatech account. Now, what I love about this, ladies and gentlemen, is the simplicity. It's very, very simple. You click the link. It's just like opening up a bank account online, in my opinion. Because they're going to ask you the same questions. They're going to ask you your name, your address. They're going to have you create a password, a username. They also have you create a 4-digit PIN. Your account is very secure and nobody gets into your account but you, right? Just like nobody get into your bank account. Okay, now, when you create this account, okay, this account is called a PAM account. That stands for Percentage Allocation Management Margin. Simply put, again, It's like a mutual fund, if you will. It's a pool of funds inside a cryptocurrency or Forex trading account. That's it. Let me go a little deeper. So we have 88 people on the call tonight. So let's say if all of us started tonight with $1,000, then you would have $88,000, ladies and gentlemen, inside of this PAM account. It's real simple. Novatech traders that's been handpicked, well vetted, okay, have an 85 to 90% success rate. They go into this account and they trade our monies on our behalf, 7 days a week here in the US, 5 days a week abroad, okay? Now, one of the questions I had for Cynthia Pettion when I got started was, how likely could it be that they may lose all of our money? And I'm sure all of us thought, think like that, right? So she says to me that, Stan, first of all, we would never, ever trade the entire PAM account. We only trade 20 to 30% daily based on market conditions. That made me feel comfortable. Then she goes on to say, if the market is very volatile, we may trade little to none that day. Number two, Stan, she says, we have very modest goals. We're not here to get people to quit their jobs or, anything like that. We have very modest goals. Once our traders reach their goals every day, they are instructed to stop trading for the day. Okay. She says, we're not looking to make you a millionaire overnight, but possibly over time. I like that. So these are realistic numbers when Dr. Martin talks about, 2 to 4% return each week. Now, so the way this all works is the traders trade the account for 7 straight days. Every Thursday evening, the company goes in and they look at his books. Hundreds of trades has happened over the past week, wins, losses. But here's what we're proud to share, guests, tonight. Since inception of this company, since June of 2019, every single week, this company has shown profits. For over 3.5 years, this company has shown profit. And they have never missed a pay run. Okay? So what happens every Thursday, the company looks at its books, they take those profits. If profits are earned, if there's no profits are earned, then we don't make any return on Friday. Let me say that for the record. There are no guarantees here. But I always say the proof is in the pudding. So they take those profits on Thursdays, ladies and gentlemen. 70% of those profits are paid out to you and I, the investors, based upon what you have invested. The other 30% goes to the company. It's a 70-30 split. That's industry standard, number one. And number two, I don't know about you, but I think it's very fair because I didn't do anything but put up a few dollars. Okay? Now, here's the exciting part. Every Friday, okay, we actually call it Friday, right? Every investor on this line is excited. And they have been waking up with a smile since they joined this company. You know why? Because everyone has made a profit every single Friday since they joined. And here's the cool thing about it. You don't have to drag us out of bed on Fridays because we up early in the morning. Ain't that right, Doc? We want to see what those earnings are, right? So it's so freaking amazing because what we do is we wake up and everybody grab their phones and we look and see what the return is, right? And the company's been averaging 2 to 4% return. So whatever that return is, you're going to get that return based on what you have invested. Here's an example. Last week, we got 2.4%. So if you had $1,000 in here, you got 2.4% on top of that $1,000. If you had 100,000, you got 2.4% of 100,000, right? The cool thing about that is the guy that has 100,000 don't get no more benefits than the guy that got 1,000. 2 weeks before that, we had 3% and 3%. So we've been averaging around 2 to 4% each week. Now, here's what's so cool about this. Okay. Every Friday, you have options. You can either reinvest those profits, which we recommend because this is a medium to long-term deal. This is not the bank. Okay. So you can either reinvest those monies and watch it grow exponentially, or you can withdraw those monies. Okay. You have options, right? Now, let's keep it moving. Let's talk about, I want to show you a little history here. Let's talk about how this company performed in all of last year, 2022 and 2021. Now, mind you, the last couple of years has been the worst financial years in over 40 years. I mean, people lost their retirements. I mean, it was worse than 2008. I know you guys remember 2008 when the markets crashed, real estate, a mortgage industry, stock market, okay? Let's look at how Novatech performed, right? So January 2022, we had 11.5 that month. February, 11.2 that month. March, 12.9. April, 15.3. Now look at May, 7.9. Now, let me refresh your memory. In May of 2022, matter of fact, it was the 13th, I believe it was, the markets crashed. The crypto market crashed, the stock market crashed, people lost half of their retirements, okay? But that month, Novatech still produced 7.9%, okay? That's when I knew this was real. In June, you had 13%. Look at the bounce back. July, 17%. Monthly now. August, 12. September, 15. October, another 11.9. November, 9.3. Let me remind you about what happened in November. You had the FTX crisis. And then all the haters, Doc, all the Novatech haters and the cryptocurrency haters said, I told you that wasn't real. I told you it wasn't going to last. And guess what? We're still here. We still did 9% in November, right? And then in December, we finished with 11.18. Now, so if you look over here in my lower left of my screen, for the month of 2022, Novatech did 12.4% a month, over month, that year. Now, let's consider, guys, since we're having a conversation this evening, let's consider if you have an extra $1,000, if you had an extra $1,000 sitting in a bank in 2022, if you had an extra grand, or if you had an extra 500, do you know at best you got 0.6% a year on that money? So one of the things that we're proud of when we do this calls is that we're bringing consciousness and awareness to the masses on where you park your money matters. Okay? Now, to add insult to injury, the rate of inflation, family, is over 8%. So if you're getting 0.4% on your hard-earned money and inflation is 8%, you're losing money trying to save money. That's why most of the banks are frowning upon this space that we're in, because it's going to revolutionize the way that we spend and use money, right? Now, if you consider 2021, we did for that year 14.825%. Okay. Why is Novatech different? 4 reasons why. Number one, there's no expiration dates. They said, oh, if this makes sense, you get involved, you make an investment, they'll trade it as long as you want. Okay. You don't have to add another dime and you can cancel at any given time. You have 100% access to your money. You can compound that money each and every week, or you can withdraw it. Now, let me stop right there. Okay. I always tell people, don't put any money in here that you can't afford to risk, number one. And if you're not interested in investing at least 90 days to 180 days, this may not be the platform for you, because this is an investment platform and you don't want to put this money in here and need to take it out over the next 30 to 60 days. This is not the bank. Okay. Now, there's no earning caps. We have partners that's earning over 7 figures weekly. Okay. You need absolutely no trading skills. It's a US based company. And I'm sorry, not US based. The company is registered to do business here in the US. However, it's a global opportunity as well. We have partners all over the world that's in Novatech. And you don't have to recruit a soul. You can be strictly passive if this makes sense and you want to come aboard. Okay. Now, once you create that account, it has to be funded. And Novatech gives you 48 hours to fund the account. Now, onboarding is a process. Okay. I tell people that all the time. If this makes sense, you want to come on board, you have to onboard with cryptocurrency. If you don't own any, don't be alarmed. We will show you how to purchase cryptocurrency. We all had to start somewhere. It's crypto in, and they pay you in crypto out, and you can convert that money back to US dollars. No problem. Okay. Now, from there, all you're going to do is pick a package. Okay. We have the builder package. And here's what I love about the owners. They created an opportunity where the little guy can participate. Okay. $99 is called the builder package because you want to build upon it. Okay. Or you can start at the silver package. I started there. Dr. Martin started there. You start at the bronze. You can start at the gold. You can start at the platinum. Okay. But again, when you get started, don't invest any monies that you can't afford to risk, because this is an investment platform there, and there are no guarantees. Past performance is not indicative of future earnings. So once that account is funded, family, 24 hours later, Novatech goes to work for you, and they started trading on your behalf. And they trade on your behalf for 30 straight days. After 30 days, they will assess a $25 fee to your account. Okay. Now, what I love about this fee is that it comes out of your earnings and not out of your pocket. That's number one. Number two, they actually take this money and they pay it back out in our affiliate program. Okay. Now, there's no service available in the following states: Texas, South Carolina, Montana, Hawaii, Alaska, and California, due to state regulations. Okay, it has nothing to do with Novatech. It's due to some states, again, frown upon this space. I wonder why, okay, but they do. And I'm just blessed to be living in Maryland where my state can participate, right? Now, we have a VIP package. Most investors, entrepreneurs, business owners, they get started here. And I'll tell you why. Because they're always looking for vehicles where their money can work for them as hard as they work for it. That's it. Okay? Now, here's some benefits that comes with this VIP package. Novatech says they'll trade your account for 4 straight weeks, 30 days, in addition to your earnings each week, they're going to give you another 1% cash back. How about that? Okay. On top of those earnings, and they waive the $25 fee. Then we have the President's Club package, and that's the goal here, guys. Okay. And anybody can get to this President's Club package. I got there. Dr. Martin got there. Okay. And we're just regular people. Okay. That seen an opportunity. They took it very seriously and went to work. I'm going to show you how you can get there in a timely manner. Right. Here are the benefits. So Novatech says we'll trade your account for 30 straight days. In addition to your earnings each week, we're going to give you another 2.5% cash back on top of those earnings. And we're going to give you a $1,000 bonus, and we're going to waive the monthly fee. So let's look at this really quickly. Let's just say if you're getting 3% a week on $100,000, that's $3,000 a week, which comes out to $12,000 a month. I can pay a lot of folks' bills. Okay. That's why my goal was to get to this VIP, this President's Club. Now, on top of the $12,000, they're going to add another 2.5% and give you $1,000, right? I thought that was very generous. Now, what also comes with your account is a lot of support, okay? We support everyone on this team if you see an opportunity for you here at Novatech, okay? Our team is called Team Legacy Builders, and we're all here from doctors, lawyers, former bus drivers, you name them. We got them right here on this team, and we support each and every one of you guys if you see an opportunity for yourself. Now, that being said, I'm going to transition, and I'm going to talk about, for the next couple of minutes, I'm going to talk about our affiliate program. This is strictly optional. You do not have to participate in the affiliate program. Matter of fact, only 30% of the company participate in the affiliate program. I do, Doc do. Why? Because it just makes sense and it grows your account exponentially, right? Let me explain how I can do that. So again, I started with $2,500, okay? Novatech gives me a return on that every Friday. Well, I shared this information with Dr. Martin, and she said yes, and she came on board. So now on Saturdays, you get commission bonuses for sharing the affiliate program. So now get this, family. Now you're getting paid twice a week. This is how you grow to the President's Club really fast, by just opening your mouth and sharing the goodness. You don't have to convince. You don't need anybody to join. Oh, that's a good feeling, ain't it, Doc? Well, you don't need nobody to join. You're just telling them, this is what's happening for me. Right? Okay. It's money. We're going to have some fun. Okay. So what'll happen is your account begins to grow, because now you're not only just compounding on Friday, but you're compounding on Saturday. And Novatech says, if you dare to do this, we're going to pay you 7 different ways. And what I love about this compensation piece is, number one, it's simple. A 12-year-old can understand this. Okay. Number two, there's no gotchas. There's no up to this. There's no up to that. There's no breakage. Okay. There's no attrition. Some of y'all heard those words before, right? Now, let me explain. The first way is what we call a direct referral bonus. When Dr. Martin said yes to this opportunity, the following Saturday, I got a direct referral bonus when she picked that silver package. Okay? Now, stop right there. It gets a little gooder. Novatech says every time her account grows from the silver to the gold through compounding stand, we're going to pay you an upgrade bonus. Oh, really? I said yes. Then when it goes from the gold to the platinum, we're gonna pay you another bonus. From the platinum to the VIP package, another bonus. And then when it hits the President's Club, we're gonna pay you a big bonus for doing something one time. Okay? It just don't get no better than that, right? Now, if you think that was good, look at number 2. Number 2 says indirect referral bonuses. Well, Dr. Martin, guys, she's very modest, but she knows a lot of powerful people. And she knows a lot of people with money. She knows a lot of doctors with money, right? So she began to share the platform as she goes about running her practice, and people begin to come in from all walks. Well, she got direct bonuses, but I got indirect referral bonuses. And this pays 7 levels deep. Now, I always say this. How would you like to get paid for something that you didn't do? That's called leverage. That's real life leverage. Every billionaire gets paid off of leverage. Okay? Now, look at number 3, fast track bonuses. Look at number 4, check matching bonuses. This is huge. So Novatech says, guys, and I'll use myself for an example. I always do every week because it just blows my mind. I got to keep saying it. So I personally onboarded, shared this with 128 people in 17 months. Okay. 128 people said yes. Probably another 1,000 said no. Okay, fine. Okay. So Novatech says every Friday when those 127 people stand, get the return on their investment, because you shared this with them, we're going to give you a check match. Now, guys, let's be honest, since we're having a conversation. How many of you guys would love to get a check match every single week off 127 accounts? Okay, now hold on. Let's read a little further. It said pays through 9 levels. So that 128 people has turned into 7,400 people. So now, right, you're getting check matches off of hundreds and thousands of people that you'll never see, meet, or service a day in your life. That's real leverage. We also have rank advancement bonuses. Okay, Dr. Martin just hit this position called junior director. Okay, it pays real swell. I ain't gonna tell you, I ain't gonna give you her money, right? I ain't gonna tell y'all how much she got for that, but it was pretty nice. Okay, and then we have profit sharing pools that we also participate as well. Okay, when you reach the top ranks of this company called Novatech, right? So keeping it moving, guys, I'm closing out with this slide here. Again, disclaimer, okay? First of all, we are not financial advisors and we're not giving out any financial advice here tonight. We're just sharing what we've been experiencing over the last 17 months, okay? Number 2, if this makes sense and you decide to come on board, don't invest any monies that you can't afford to risk. Don't put your rent money in here. Don't put your car money here, your mortgage money in here, okay? Because this is a medium to long-term investment. And you don't want to just put it in and have to take it out in 30 to 60 days because you're going to be disappointed. Number 1, it's not going to grow in 30 to 60 days, okay? This is a medium to long-term investment. Number 3, you need to be at least 18 years or older to have an account here at Novatech, right? That's my disclaimer. Now, one thing I'm gonna close out with tonight, and I'm gonna do this every week that I do this call. Bishop T.D. Jakes says it best. He said, the problem is you're working for the money, but is the money working for you? And I think, guys, everybody on this line need to ask themselves that question. You're working for the money and have been for 30, 40 years, but is the money working for you? And if it's not, you need to sort out vehicles where you can invest versus saving, where your money can work for you as hard as you worked for it. Period, point blank, end of story. That's why we share this information each and every week, right? That's my story. I'm sticking to it. On behalf of my good friend, Dr. Marion Martin, and all of the partners that's dialing in from around the company, guests, good luck on your decision tonight. God bless you. God bless your family, and God bless your dreams. This call is officially over. Good night.
Thanks, Dan. Good night.
Good night.
Thank